Hi, this is Kim writing with Why Denton, and I'm at Abruzzo. And am I saying it correctly?
Yeah,
Yes.
you nailed it.
Awesome.
Nailed it.
Okay, so I'm with Lauren and I'm with Jack, and I appreciate your time together. So tell us a little bit about everything. Like, tell us just a little bit about where you got the name and how this developed.
So Abruzzo is a region where my family's from in Italy, and it's basically an homage to my mom and dad and the family recipes, foods and groceries that come from the region and other parts of Italy as well. I would say 90% plus of what is here is imported from Italy, and then filtered in with some 5- and 6th generation families that do artisanal products that are sent to us as well. Everything is here is authentic. The recipes, the foods we make are pretty much exactly what I grew up with.
Well, so who are the chefs here when y'all make the food and everything and what y'all grew up with? That's hard to replicate.
Yeah, I will basically teach them smell and taste, not the recipe,
Right.
because it's different every time
Right.
with the products. Everything's packed differently a lot of times, the meats, even the tomatoes. So they learn a basic recipe, and then over a period of time, months typically,
Right.
they'll learn the smell and taste of it, and they'll do multiple tastings as we're making it, so they know exactly what I grew up with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and you all have a great reputation. You just opened.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Lauren, when y'all come in, they can either shop or they can order food. What do we do? What do we expect when we come in?
Most people have figured out that the good thing is, because it gets pretty busy in here, is to come in and order what you want from the deli,
Okay.
and then do your shopping while you wait, right?
that makes sense.
So yeah, some of them will get up to the cash register and be like, "Oh, I think I want a sandwich," and it's like, "Oh man, now you gotta wait for your sandwich now." So we just tell them, come up here. We've got you can get your deli meat sliced, and we have lots of fresh butchered meats. We case our own sausage in house.
Oh,
We
wow.
hand roll our meatballs. Pasta's made from scratch. So people will normally just order their food that they want to take, sit here, or take it to go. If you find a table in here, that's pretty good because
Yes.
they go pretty quick.
Right.
They fill up fast, especially on Saturdays. But then they normally just shop, peruse, give them a shout when their food's ready, and then they go pay at the cash register. So it's a fun vibe here. We're real loud. There's always loud music playing, and we're
I
always
love it.
kind of get bombarded at the door, you know.
Right. No, that's great. Well, and I'm looking at the selection of food you have. It's not common. Does
No.
that make sense? Like you don't
Yeah.
go into a regular grocery
That's
store.
that's done on purpose.
Okay.
So mostly everything here is not something you can find at any major supermarket.
Right.
That's completely by design. I think we work with 7 or 8 vendors. We have over 600 products here. It may not look like it, but our shelves are packed.
Well, and I see the wine too. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of wine lovers and
Yes.
a lot of people that love Italian wine. And the way you described that wine, it sounds amazing.
We carry over, I think, about 80 to 85 labels right now.
Okay.
And we have probably another 5 more coming. And we've just started Italian beers and Italian sodas directly imported over that we had to track down for months. And finally, we did the tastings, and now we're trying to figure out which ones are going to make it in here.
Well, Denton really needs this. We love that y'all are doing this. So now tell us a little bit about yourselves, right? So tell me about why Denton and why you chose to open it here and maybe your back.
So Denton, this took about 3 years to figure out where I was going to go. A lot of it had to do with business costs, which is ridiculously out of whack right now. And then I looked more so about Flower Mound, Highland Village area, and even Lantana area where I'm from, and it didn't take in enough communities.
Right.
Where we are now takes in about 28 plus communities surrounding us. It's still a short drive from Flower Mound and Lantana, about 15 minutes opposed to 30 minutes or an hour.
Right.
And so it was more transient for us, close to the square where a lot of people go. For us, it wasn't going to work because there was no parking. I know people would get upset with us for that. So the parking lot was great for events. I love the patio out front for seating, and then wintertime, close it in. And so there was a lot. And Denton is an up-and-coming town.
Yes.
The city has put a lot of money into it.
Right.
A lot of nice restaurants and stores are popping up. The square's been remodeled. So it fit us.
I
Yeah,
think
for
so.
sure.
I think and you've been well received from our.
Seems like it,
our
yeah.
crowd, Denton.
Yeah.
Love it. And it actually hits every generation. That's
Yeah.
what's nice about it.
We get a lot of college kids.
Oh,
We have a
yeah.
lot of foodies, a lot of college kid foodies are coming in.
That's
here.
why we.
and then who work here.
Yeah.
They all
come
came here
for a
because of what we
job.
do,
Yes.
and we we just keep staffing.
Yes.
And yeah, or they'll send somebody else over, and that's great. So if you're not having turnover in a restaurant, it's like, you know, I ran restaurants for years, corporate restaurants, and we never really had turnover. It's basically how the staff is, how you run it, how you treat everybody, and they just don't want to leave, unfortunately.
We can't get rid of them.
That's good.
But so we keep adding good people.
Awesome. And that's, I mean, people need this, and we love
Yeah,
it. And
it's
then
fun.
It is a huge foodie community.
It really
so
is,
people
yeah.
come up from Dallas to come up.
They
here.
do.
That's what we were
Yeah.
talking about too. And they come up from up north too.
Yeah, they drive an hour to come to us.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and why here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of stumbled upon him and what he was doing here, and this was always the long-term goal. Was I think we probably both separately had realized that we needed something like this in this area. There's just a huge lack, and my family is from the Chicago area, and these are on every corner. You know what I mean? So just
Yes.
here, you know, you don't have that option. So when I stumbled upon this, I was doing Italian food as well on the
Right.
side, and stumbled upon him, and I was like, I want in on this. This is exactly what I was wanting to see get brought to this area. So it's just, and again, Denton is just really supports local, which I appreciate. You
Right.
know, and there's not the restaurants that are big here and the little retail shops that are big here are not big chains. It's
Right.
the ones that are locally owned.
And restaurant owners shop at our place.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah.
And the other
Amazing.
restaurants here, it says something when the owners come
Yeah.
and from different restaurants
Oh, yeah.
and share each other or bring each other food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it says something because I'm like, I'm going to eat there because there's a reason why they're eating there.
We have Italian chefs shopping here for a hot shot
Yeah.
to go make what they're going to make that night. Some guanciale or,
Yeah.
and it's, oh, okay.
I love that. Well, now, okay, so how do they find you and what are your hours?
Well, that's actually about to change right now. So we are about to start opening up on Sundays, which I think is a great opportunity.
Right.
I think a lot of families are out shopping on that day. They want to get their spread for their football games and
Yes.
stuff, you know. So we are about to start opening on Sundays. It'll be limited hours. It's just from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
But it'll give people another option. I know a lot of people are trying to race here after work and have a hard time
Right.
getting here because we are only open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Right.
Down the road, that'll change, especially as we get closer to the holidays. But right now, we're gonna change it to Tuesday to Sunday and
Okay.
close on Mondays. But we'll keep your eyes peeled on our social media and stuff because we'll be doing fun things on those Mondays. We
Oh,
really
perfect.
having the store closed here doesn't mean that things won't still be happening.
And
here.
probably actually
So-
open on Mondays come Christmas.
Again, once
come
we get to the
December.
holidays.
December,
oh, the
yeah.
holidays are
Yeah.
going to be crazy.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of fun things that we want to do, and we can kind of utilize that time on Mondays when we're closed to do some cool things as well.
Yeah.
So
So how do they find you on social media?
we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and maybe we'll get on TikTok soon. I don't know. We're too old for that. Maybe we can get some of them
Some of
to
those
get us
kids,
on
yeah.
TikTok or something.
Yes.
But yeah,
Oh,
we are
while you're making
Abruzzo
the
Italian
food,
market.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is things we take for granted, right?
Yes.
Us making the pasta and
Yes.
stuff, or casing the sausage.
Yes.
I know everyone wants to see that, so we'll
Yes.
work on that. But definitely right now we do have Instagram and Facebook. Abruzzo Italian Market is how you find us.
Thank you. Thank you both for sharing
You're
your
welcome.
stories
Thanks for
with
coming
me
in.
and everybody else. If you want homemade pasta, wine, beer, if you want sodas, or just a fresh market to choose from, and they even have a freezer full of food as well, or just any of their fresh food you see behind us, come by here. Know that you're going to be into a crowd because there's lots of people that are ready to experience this. Thank you for watching Why Denton, and as always, remember you belong here.